In this video, 3,000 ounces of silver got melted. I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. We didn't melt it at our shop. So I'm going to give you guys fair warning at that. I'm going to let you guys know exactly what happened. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all the ones who have subscribed already. I do appreciate every single one of you. Let's just get into the video right now. We got a call from another coin shop close by to us. They were looking to sell 5,000 ounces of generic rounds, bars, no coins. It was just rounds and bars, to be honest with you. No junk silver was involved with this. And so we asked them, how much are you looking to get for this? They were willing to sell it $1 behind spot. So I said, let me put you on hold. Let me talk to the owner of the shop and see if he's interested in buying any of it from you all. So I talked to the owner. I called the guy back. I said, give me about half an hour before we do anything here. So I said, what exactly you have? He says he's got bars, he's got rounds, and that's what he's basically wanting to do. And I said, so we call him back, and I said, we can't buy it all. We can probably help you out with 2,000 ounces of silver, whatever you want to give us, as long as it's not really milk spot up, toned up, whatever. We will take the chance of where silver's going to go. We got some room in the safe. We're willing to help you. He says, well, good, because whatever you don't buy, I'm going to send it to the mill, and the melter wants to give me $2.25 below melt. I said, well, we're going to help you try to save some of it. So he comes over with about 3,000 ounces of this silver, and he says, just pick what you want. Pick 2,000 ounces out, and we didn't have to check it, folks, because we knew this coin shop, but we know they check everything, so we can trust this coin shop 100%. So we were able to pay him, wrote him a check. I said, here you go. And the rest of it, folks, it got melted. He drove it right down to the melted spot. And there's another 3,000 ounces that got melted, that will get melted down, be turned into 1,000-ounce bars. Eventually, it'll make its way to the COMEX, and we know what's going to happen with that 3,000 ounces of silver. It will get sold either to China or India, and there's another 3,000 ounces gone. Look, yeah, I get the point. There's so-called plenty of silver out there. Yeah, we can argue that. I'm not going to argue it, because it's really a true statement as of right now. But what I want you folks to think, when more and more people start waking up, there'll be a day we have another bank run. Will it happen this year? I do believe so. Once we see some financial problems really coming into play, people turn back to silver and gold. They're not going to turn into Bitcoin, meme coins, whatever. They're going to want something physical holding in their hands. And I don't want, like I said in previous videos in the past, I don't really want to be working in the coin shop on those days when we see a mad rush and it's 3-4 hours with the lines out the door. And we dealt with that back in March of 2023. It was horrible, all right? It was horrible to see people waiting 2 to 3 hours just to get into the door. And people were willing to wait. People didn't really complain, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. They really didn't have much to say. That's how much of a line that we had some days. Not every day, but some of the early days back in that March of 2023, it was very, very rough to deal with it. We barely had time to go take a bathroom break. That's how much it was so busy from open to roughly about an hour before we closed down for the day. So it's sad. So we're trying to do our part to do our buying, try to save as much as we can, even though if it's rounds or bars, it's still silver we're holding on in this country. So what we did before he sent it to the melter, we called up the bullion dealer to see if he was interested in it. He says, you know what, I'm pretty well stocked on rounds and bars. He says, yeah, I can offer the same price, as the Melter's offering, but he says it's better off for him to take it there because he's going to have to check that day. He said that's the best I'm going to be able to do. So the bowling dealer, tried to save it, but that coin shop needed the funds. And this is where it comes into play, folks. And I've said this before in other videos. Coin shops need cash flow. And a lot of coin shops right now don't have a lot of cash flow. They have a lot more metals than cash flow right now. And it's so hard to turn people down. We have not turned anybody down by selling or by buying from the public. And we don't want to get into that the shop owner does not want to get in that financial position. But, as much as we're buying right now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Normally, our shop owner has about $3 million in cash flow. Okay? It's less than $1 million right now in cash flow. That's how much inventory we have, plus the other inventory that he has. That's how much our cash flow has gone down. It's not my money, okay? I just want to make that perfectly clear. So we have to watch it at the shop too. What the cash flow position is. We're hoping this is going to turn around pretty soon. We are gambling right now if this is going to turn around. We're hoping prices are not going to drop too far off. But we just don't know. So with that all being said, this is why a lot of the coin shops are saying no. They're not going to buy this. They're not going to buy that. They may not have a melter. Some melters do require X amount of ounces to even take it. From what I'm hearing, our melter don't care how many ounces you bring in. But they have a limit too, okay? They have to flip that. They have to either send the ounces off to another melter to melt it down to 1,000 ounce bars, or they have to melt it down themselves, make it into 100 ounce bars, ship it off to the COMEX, and then they remelt it themselves. There's all different ways these melters can do this. So when you're selling, you might not be able to sell. That coin shop may not want your product just because they don't want it. Keep that in mind as you are buying right now or selling right now. Because it's getting tough out there. And I don't come on here to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really hate to say this. It is what it is right now. But keep this in mind. If you are buying right now, and maybe you are buying and don't plan to sell anytime soon. But if you get in a financial position, you might want to have a backdoor opportunity to call some of these online bowling dealers, and if you need money in advance, and you're not going to have the money in advance, I would call as soon as you find out you need money for XYZ 2 or 3 weeks out. Call these online bowling dealers, see what their policies are, folks. Call up Pinbacks, call up any of the online bowling dealers you want to, and see what their policy is to sell back to them. And sometimes they may pay a little bit more. And the reason why I say Pinbacks, you can use any of them that you want. I've talked to Mike through email a couple times in the past. He's a very good guy. His brother I have not talked to. I'm hearing some of you guys have talked to Brian too. So, and you guys say they're great. Any of these online bowling companies are great to work with. Even Andy Sheckman even said that, this was probably about 6 months ago. I remember him saying this. If you need cash, you need cash, give him 10 to 15 business days before he can get that check processed. Because A, you got to ship it to them. B, they have to make sure that silver is real. After that gets done, they have to process the check or the wire transfer. And depending if you want a check in the mail or a wire transfer, it's going to take several other days to get that done. Why is not that much longer, but you're going to have a check, then you receive the check in the mail. It might take a couple more days after you receive the check for your bank to process the full funds to your account. Just keep that all in mind. So if you have something coming up and you need the money, Get on the horn as early as you can. Find your best price when you sell. Coin shops may not be able to buy it all, depending how much you have. So just keep that in mind right now. It sucks, all right? I'm just going to be honest with you. It really sucks. We are melting down silver, sending it to the COMEX, and that silver is going overseas. And that's where it's going. Plain and simple. Today at shop, it was kind of quiet. I'm not going to sugarcoat that either. It was not a home run day. Yeah, we sold some silver today. We sold 3 ounces of gold, okay? So it was not, the worst day of the shop, but it wasn't the best day ourselves. The phones have been kind of quiet. Talked to a few people today on the phone. They're looking to buy. I talked to a middle-aged couple there, but they're looking to buy $16,000 worth of silver from us within the next month or so. So if that's going to transpire, sometimes these deals don't work out. But they go elsewhere. They find a better price. And I encourage folks, if you're out there buying silver, gold, or platinum, you got to call around. You got to shop around. You just can't trust one person all the time to have your best price. I think I've proven that in my 90% Market Watch reports to you all. The 3 top companies, I'll say them again. Monument Metals, Pinbacks, and Hero Bullion. As far as 90% silver goes, those 3 companies have come on top, either 1, 2, or 3 every single week for the past several weeks now, folks. We have seen that Hero Bullion was out of the Franklin half dollars this past week. They had a heck of a deal on them. That's no surprising they were out of them. We've seen Pinbacks has a great deal on dimes this week, on Roosevelt silver dimes this week. A little over $112 when I recorded that video. I'm not sure where it is today, but I'm sure silver's not really gone up that much, so I'm assuming they were right around 114, 115, depending on how much silver they go up today. So with that being said, and that's just a guess, all right? I'm just guessing at this point, because I did not look at the chart, what they were asking for at today's close. So when you are shopping around, shop around for your best prices. I cannot urge that enough. Rather, it's your local coin shop, an online bullion dealer, eBay, a coin show. Keep your eyes on your coin shows too, folks. I cannot stress that enough. Google it if you have to. Local coin shows in my area, it will pull it right up. So, with that being said, I'll end the video here. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, please reach out to me. I'm always willing to help anybody out there. And if you would like to make a donation, they're always accepted, always appreciated, never expected though. I will put the link to my PayPal account in the description of every single video too. And I thank you in advance if you choose to donate. Again, it's there if you want to, not expected, but it's always appreciated with everything going on right now. So I thank you again for watching. Please share this information out, folks. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And again, I thank you for watching. Now I'm going to end the video. You guys have a good night. See you in the morning. Coin Shop Chris is out.